Moon beans. This story was inspired by the ScienceDaily article, "Chickpeas could become the first food grown on the moon." Researchers have successfully cultivated chickpeas in simulated lunar soil, taking a first step toward lunar agriculture by mixing earthworm vermicompost into regolith to make crops grow in lunar dirt possible. A sprout had come up. Hayden lifted the pot in both hands and brought it up to eye level. 10 years old, born in the moon base, raised in the moon base, had never been to Earth. A small green pair of leaves was poking out of the soil, 2 leaves, opening toward the LED lights overhead. "Tsuki, look, it came up." Tsuki, the agricultural management robot beside him, turned a sensor on the pot. Germination confirmed. Chickpea. Day 7 from sowing. Current germination rate, 67%. 67%. Is that good? On Earth, the standard germination rate exceeds 80%. 67% in lunar regolith blend is not bad. Not bad? Yes. A solid result. The lunar-based Dawn was built on the rim of a crater near the South Pole. Habitation modules, research building, power facility, underground. Walls processed from regolith shielded the residents from radiation. Population, 120. Researchers, technicians, medical staff, and their families. Hayden was one of the first children born at the base. There were now 7 moon born, all 10 years old or younger, children who did not know Earth. For Hayden, the moon was normal. 1/6 gravity was normal. A black sky was normal. Wearing a suit to go outside was normal. The sun rose, but the sky did not turn blue. It did not rain. The wind did not blow. And growing plants was a great deal of work. The agricultural section sat next to the habitation modules. LED lighting, temperature control, carbon dioxide regulation, everything artificially controlled. The soil was artificial too. Lunar regolith mixed with compost and humus brought from Earth, made by worms. Regolith on its own can't grow plants, no nutrients, can't hold water, sharp grains that wound the roots. Tsuki managed that soil, moisture, pH, levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, measurements many times a day, supplements where lacking. "Tsuki, on Earth, how do you grow plants?" Hayden asked. The pot with the sprout was carefully balanced on his knees. On Earth, in many cases, you scatter seeds in the soil and they grow on their own. Sunlight, rainwater, microorganisms in the soil all help them grow. Sunlight, like the sun. Yes, Earth has an atmosphere, so sunlight scatters and reaches the entire surface. The moon has no atmosphere, so it is direct sun or complete shadow. Rain, it is the phenomenon of water falling from the sky. From the sky. Water. Yes, it happens naturally on Earth. Hayden looked up at the ceiling. The ceiling was an aluminium panel. It was not a sky. Water falling from the sky. That's amazing. On Earth, it is taken for granted. So Earth, growing plants is easy. Compared to the moon, much easier. Hayden looked at the sprout in the pot. Then he grinned. Then the moon's better. What do you mean? Because there's no sun and no rain. But it grew. On Earth, sun and rain just are there, so of course it grows. The moon has nothing and it still grew. The moon is better. Tsuki paused for half a second. Hayden's logic was not scientifically accurate. The plant had grown on the moon because of LED lighting, artificial irrigation, and managed soil. It was not grown out of nothing. But Tsuki understood what Hayden meant. "Hayden, it is true that growing plants on the moon requires more effort and more technology than on Earth. In that sense, this sprout is the result of more work than an Earth sprout. Right? Yes, this sprout is amazing." Hayden lifted the pot and brought his face close to the leaves. "Smell anything?" Chickpea sprouts have almost no scent. "Oh, Earth flowers smell, right?" "Yes, some species have strong fragrances. Will this bean flower?" Under the right conditions, small white flowers will bloom. Then beans will form inside the pods, flowers, on the moon. Yes, possible. Hayden's eyes lit up. I want to see flowers bloom on the moon. That evening, there's no real evening at a lunar base, but there is a stretch when the lighting shifts to a warmer tone, Hayden told his mother. Mum, the bean sprouted. Good. Were you watering it properly? Suki does it, but I go check every day. Good for you. Mum, on Earth, plants grow on their own from sun and rain, right? Not exactly on their own, but yeah, way easier than the moon. So growing them on the moon is harder. Yes. And it grew anyway. So the moon bean is amazing. His mother smiled a little. Hayden, you were born on the moon and you grew up on the moon. You're amazing too. Me too? Yes. You grew up healthy in a place with no sun and no rain. Hayden looked at his hand. Then he looked toward the agricultural section. He thought about the sprout in the pot. He and that bean might be the same. Born on the moon, raised on the moon, don't know Earth, living here. 3 weeks later, a small white flower bloomed in Hayden's pot. A flower that bloomed on the moon. Instead of sunlight, the LEDs lit it. Instead of rain, Suki watered it. Instead of wind, the air system moved the air. But a flower was a flower. 5 white petals. Small, plain, almost no scent. Hayden crouched in front of it and stared. Suki, yes, is this the same as an earth flower? Genetically, the same variety. Morphologically, almost identical. So it's the same flower, whether it blooms on the moon or on Earth. Yes, the same flower. But Hayden brought a fingertip close to the flower, without touching. There was no wind, so the flower did not sway. Quietly, the white petals caught the LED light and shone. This flower is a moon flower. It's not an earth flower. It bloomed on the moon, so it's a moon flower. Suki said nothing. What Hayden said was, scientifically, only a question of category. But, for Hayden, it meant more than that. This flower had bloomed in the same place he was, out of the same soil, under the same light, breathing the same air. A moon flower, a moon bean, a moon child, a disadvantaged place, perhaps, a hard place, perhaps. But it bloomed here. It grew up here. That is something amazing.